Hello, dreamers and dreamerettes. It's about that time for I Wish by VAG, hosted by me, Sailor P. So, I, I've been a little bit off schedule because I'm trying to think of ideas and other things for me to talk about for, for my podcast that I'm doing on Podbean now. It's called ANC. I used to do it on Facebook, but Facebook, gave me nothing in response. So I decided to go with a bigger audience with Podbean. And if you want to check that out, I will put a link in the description so you can check out my ANC podcast on Podbean. But the topic of today is that the Braxton family values. We are the Braxtons, and you'll see that. I'm sorry, I had to do it for you. But so I just got done watching the episode Donde Está Daddy, and of course, it wasn't the episode that we have all been waiting for, that they've been promoting, ever since the Braxtons came back on the air. But it's really interesting because a lot of people saying that it's been 16 years and they should get over it. But it's tough, when you have. I see where they're coming from because when you have both parents in your life or whatever, and then all of a sudden, mommy and daddy are not together anymore, it hurts. And then come to find out, there's been things going on while in the marriage. The kids, they don't see nothing because the parents didn't show them what was really going on. And then come to find out 30 days later that their dad is remarried, it it hurts. It's a shock. And as they explained it, Mr. Braxton hasn't been around in their lives during those years. And for him to say at the end that, you know, she's his family now, that's just another punch in the face because you did have a family before her. And why is she more important than they are? You come to see them, nowadays and stuff like that, ever since they, got this show. But the thing of it is, though, no matter, even if you are remarried, your family is still your family. They were there first before Miss Wanda. And I mean, of course, this generation has no sympathy, for the for the right cause. They always have sympathy for the wrong cause, but they don't have sympathy for the right cause. I definitely know how it feels because my parents are divorced, and my father wasn't the best father at all. He still isn't the best father, and it still hurts. It still hurts to know that um, another woman is more important than the women that you already had in your life. So, I just feel for the girls. I really do. And it's about time that all of them, had sister time without any arguments and stuff. But I do got to say, Tamar was wrong to bring her husband and her child to Mexico. I mean, I understand you want to be close to, your husband and your child, but nobody else did that. So you shouldn't have done that. It was Sister Week, and you should have gone over it with your sisters first instead of just doing whatever you want to do and then get all upset when someone jumps on you. Now that is not fair. And for y'all Tay Martians out there, because there's a lot of y'all that thinks that Tamar can do no wrong, that was wrong. That was totally wrong. because you can't talk about other people and what they do and then not look at what you're doing. You know, that was wrong. That was wrong of Tamar to bring Vince and Logan to Mexico when it's all about the sisters. It's not about husbands. It's not about husbands and children. It's about the sisters and the parents. Because they invited the parents, not the husbands. And if you really wanted your husband to be there, you should have talked it over with your sisters. That's one of their main problems is communication. And she just proved it right there. You should have communicated with your sisters about Vince coming either way. Even though you hinting towards the fact that, I want to spend time with Vince or whatever, you should have been like, hey, before we, even go out to Mexico, I just wanted to know how would y'all feel if I brought Vince and Logan along, and that's not cool. That's not cool what she did. And I know some of y'all Tay Martians got something to say about that. I've been seeing y'all on Facebook always taking Tamar's side when she's wrong. Sometimes Tamar can be wrong and sometimes the other sisters can be wrong. But see, they can willingly admit the fact that they were wrong. See, Tamar has a problem with admitting her feelings when she is wrong. She doing that now because you know people been she been having such bad luck lately, and that's why she's doing it now. But this current situation, that wasn't cool. It's not cool. Always communicate when you are planning something. Communication is key because you don't want to ruin your day and you don't want to ruin anybody else's day, by not fully explaining what's going on, you know? And that is totally, totally not cool. But back to the situation at hand with the daddy thing, it's gonna go down. Trust me, next Thursday it is going to go down, and it's gonna go down hard because this is the woman that the daddy left them for, and she knew that Braxton was married and gave no shame about it. After all that, gave nothing, and didn't even say, I'm sorry about it, you know, and it's so hard. It's just really hard to talk about, you know. But I do hate the fact that they always, say, "What about you, mom?" If your mama cool with it, if your mama don't want to talk about it, leave her alone. I wish they would leave Mama E alone because she cool with it. She already did what she had to do. She told him to step. Hey, you want her? Hell, you can have her. Hell, I don't care. She like, hey, I don't care. As long, if that makes you happy, that me and your dad come on the trip, cool. You know, I'm doing this for you guys. You know, and maybe like she said, maybe get me a senor. She was playing about that, but hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. Mama E, she still got a few years in her. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But I wish they would stop saying, what about you, mom? What do you think about that? Nah, leave your mama alone. She cool. She good. She don't say nothing to him disrespectfully. And, he don't say nothing to her disrespectfully. Boom. Ain't nothing to talk about. She good. So, I don't know why they always trying to bring their mama into the talk of infidelity and stuff. That already hurts her as it is, because she went through that. And for them to keep stirring it up or whatever, it's like, you testing your mama to get a reaction out of her. But she already said it a few times. I'm good. Let him be happy and I'm finna be happy. I'm finna do me. Period. See, I admire Mama E because she like her. Well, what you talking? I mean, hey, you got your little thingy thing going on. I got my little thingy thing going on. We neutral and stuff. We don't gotta talk. We just doing this for the girls. Think about the kids, and that's it. We don't gotta think about each other. Even though she said she was miserable on the last trip, but she did it for her girls. Period. And that's all that matters is the girls. It's the kids. If they want to have a family trip, that's all that matters. The girls. And I understand that he's married and whatnot, but the thing of it is though, you just don't cut yourself off from your kids because now you got this other wife or whatever. No, it's been 16 years. It's been over a decade. Now you know what I mean. Now it's time for you to give yourself back to them just for a little while, even though they grown and whatever, and they can move on, but you abruptly just left them like that, and they still it's like a it's like a dream. They didn't know what was going on behind the scenes until boom, we finna get a divorce, and it's like what? Like how y'all? What do you mean? What are you talking about? Tawanda said she was just getting out of high school. She was in high school when their parents divorced. Tracy was going through her thing. Tony was doing her thing. Michael Jr. was probably doing his thing and whatever. And next thing you know, my parents are getting a divorce. And it's like, what we talking about? Y'all were so happy. Y'all look so happy. What happened? What's going on? and and I totally understand. I was young when my parents divorced. I was 9 years old when my parents divorce was final, and it was really tough because um, first of all, I was being picked on at school by my third grade teacher. If she listens to this on YouTube, Miss Allman from Sarah Language Academy. Yes, she did. You picked on me for in third grade. Because she had my two older sisters, and I don't know what happened during the time when my sisters were there because from what they told me that they said she was nice when she was Miss McCarthy. When she was Miss Allman, there was a totally different story. And I was totally picked on all the time. I don't know why she picked on me, but it happened. And during that time, and I was developing as a girl, that a little talk that girls get, around that age, 9, 10. And, y'all know what I'm talking about. Mother Nature coming at that age. And I'm freaking out because, you know, Mother Nature came. And then here come my parents divorcing, fighting, and stuff like that. So I totally get where the Braxton girls are coming from. So I mean, for me, it's a little bit different because my dad, even though I, seen my dad, kind of spent time with my dad was a totally different dad, and then their dad. My dad would bath mouth my sisters and I because of the way that my mom was raising us. My dad was that dad like, uh, you're the mom. You have to take care of the kids while I just do my thing. I just give you the money for the kids and that's it. But you know, my mom said he ain't used to be like that. It's when he started hanging out in the CTA was when everything started to change. And so that's why I don't shed no tears for my dad at all. I just have a lot of anger. So that's why I can relate to the Braxtons because I got a lot of anger because my dad isn't willing to change. And the same thing with Mr. Braxton. I mean, even though he come around in a couple of episodes, but I think if they didn't have the show, I don't think he would have came around. I don't think that he would even consider coming around if they didn't have the show. Now, I'm not saying that, he likes the spotlight and all that other stuff, but it's kind of funny. Even after 16 years, I mean, where were you when, Tony was starting her singing career, or where were you when the Braxton girls were starting their singing careers and stuff like that? Making all these award shows. I mean, making all these award shows. Tony getting all these awards and stuff like that. Where were you during that time? You know, why come around now? And when they got the show and stuff like that. That's my thing. But yeah, next Thursday definitely finna go down. It's definitely finna happen. The the fight, the big hash out that we are desperately waiting on is about to happen. And I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know if Mama E gonna be there. If Mama E gonna be there, oh, there's definitely gonna be some words, honey. There's definitely gonna be some words. So I don't I don't know what's gonna happen with that. So what are your thoughts on the Braxton show? Let me know in the comments and stuff like that. And also, please check out my other podcast on Podbean called ANC. It's about animation and cartoon. I only made 3 episodes so far because I'm trying to get myself together here, and hopefully by the time I figure out what goes where and what days, I would, everything would definitely be straight. So, of course, as always, hit that like button and the subscribe button. And good night.